Telegraph.
Get too excited because I'm Lisa White and the fabulous Lynn White is up next.
The dog-human relationship is such a precious and unique one, but with it comes enormous responsibility. Greyhound racing is a compassion killer.
Yep.
Greyhound racing is a conscience killer.
He said at the moment the industry are trying to work out how to ensure they don't get caught again for live baiting. So rather than working out how to stop live baiting or to reform the industry, they're trying to work out how to ensure they don't get caught again.
The Daily Telegraph.
And thousands of Australians standing up for greyhounds, standing up for animals around this country today.
Industry officials knew about live baiting for years and chose not to do anything about it.
We back the ban! We back the ban! We back the ban! We back the ban!
Last Thursday, 170 plus boxes of documents arrived from Greyhound Racing New South Wales, and they were ordered to send them to the Parliament, a whole batch of documents which they don't want you to see, they didn't want the government to see, and now they were ordered to deliver them, and Maureen and I and other members have access to many of those documents, and I believe that within those documents we will find the final nails to put into the coffin to render this industry to the scrap heap of history where it belongs. Stand to give evidence. 9 of the 10 Greyhound trainers admitted to live baiting. So this argument that it's only just a few bad apples in the cart is completely wrong.
They deserve a family that loves them. The life of a racing dog is a miserable life, and that's why we want to see the greyhound industry adopted out, and we want to see people realising that they are no different from the pet that they love at home.
And agreeing brutal cruelty to animals, not only the dogs, and as I said to Mike Baird the other day, we're still digging up the grave. This is an industry which is rotten to the core. Not a few bad apples, rotten to the core. Even those in it who tried to do the right thing had themselves turned their back on this industry because it cannot save itself from itself.
Hundreds of people gathered here today to make a very strong point that we will not accept Mike Baird's U-turn on the ban on greyhound racing.
Shame.
This is an industry that has...
Bring back the ban! Bring back the ban! Bring back the ban! Bring back the ban!
The majority of Australians are against the cruelty within this industry.
But as it has unfolded, as the pressure from those anointed few, those few with power and influence grew, the Alan Jones, the greyhound racing and gambling industry, the Daily Telegraph. We have a premier who's shown cowardice to save his political skin. And on the other hand, we have an opposition leader who has shown craven political opportunism and is backing an industry that results in the deaths of thousands of dogs. Absolutely, there's live baiting that goes on and has gone on, even when it is an illegal activity. But despite this, and possibly because of this, I am even more determined to to keep the pressure on, to fight on, to end this industry, for the Greys.
What is clear is the cart is full of rotten apples. And even if you began with goodwill and didn't think that this is what the industry was up to, most of our informants, most of the people who blew the whistles on this industry are the people who began to get involved in the industry thinking in good faith that it would look after animals. But it is systemic, it is rotten to the core.
Greyhounds are so undervalued by this industry that when they fought to keep the industry alive, they spoke about financial and personal losses. Very rarely did they discuss the welfare of these animals or how the greyhound racing industry affects these animals. But it's not just greyhounds that are affected by greyhound racing. Live baiting is widespread. Live baiting affects an unknown number of piglets, possums, rabbits, kittens and other animals. Kittens as well. The Labor government and Luke Foley said that this industry represents the working class.
Rubbish.
This is such an offensive thing to say. He has implied that anybody who identifies as working class somehow condones or supports extreme, vile animal cruelty, and that is simply not true. And the caring individuals that save these beautiful dogs, who dedicate their time, energy, money and passion to finding homes for gorgeous greyhounds as family pets and companions, and advocate for their welfare. Our stories and the impact of being greyhound rescuers has not been given due consideration, just like the real victims in all of this, the greyhounds.
What fueled the hearts of those great souls, such as William Wilberforce, Rosa Parks, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, fuels the hearts of every person here today. And that is why we are here today, to take a stand for the thousands of beautiful, gentle dogs who are victims of the greyhound racing industry, to take a stand against cruelty, corruption and abuse, to take a stand for all animal suffering in Australia today. But advocating on behalf of animals, working at the forefront of human ethics, comes with some difficult and challenging days. And I know many of you are thinking, well, that's the understatement of the century, Lynn. This is not a journey for the faint-hearted. And that's because we are seeking, in fact, to change mindsets around the use of animals that have become cemented in generations of inherited thinking. And it is inevitable when those cracks in that wall of thinking arise that those who have a vested interest in the status quo will seek to paper over those cracks. And that's what we've seen in New South Wales in recent weeks. The saddest vision that I saw from our investigation was the reaction of dogs as their trainers came to catch them after training. Their body language exhibited both their fear and their hope. Even as they cowered before the trainers, their tails were still tentatively wagging. Something within these dogs still understood how that relationship was meant to be, and no matter how badly they had been treated, still hoped that it might become something better. It was heart-wrenching to watch. To then see trainers callously disregard that obvious plea for affection and kind treatment just reinforced for me why this industry must end. A sacred mission that was expressed so beautifully by Ella Wheeler Wilcox when she wrote, "I am the voice of the voiceless. Through me the mute shall speak. Compassion is absent and consciences are quietened. Cruelty and immoral behaviour thrive." All have a duty, including politicians and media commentators, to identify and bring an end to any human activities that encourage indifference to suffering.
Alan Jones and Ray Hadley are the shit kickers of the world.
Ending animal cruelty is such a cause. We will prevail. We will end greyhound racing. Thank you so much for being here today.
still back a ban on the cruel industry of greyhound racing.